We started 2025 eating at where the biggest celebrities chose to eat during their stay in Singapore. Then, we embarked on one of the most ambitious series on this channel where we visited 5 countries to find the best Wanton Mee. Next, we flew all over Malaysia, ran all over Singapore to find the best Bak Chor Mee. And most recently, we fell in love with the greatest noodle dish in Singapore, Bak Chor Mee. Today, to wrap up the year, we are revisiting all of the series winners, checking if their standards are still there or if they have slipped. And if the food is not as nice as I remember them to be, we will be revoking the award. That begins right here in Azmi Restaurant. So a little recap, we are along Norwich Road near Little India, and we visited this place in the Mark Wins episode. And despite spending thousands of dollars in that series, no exaggerations, because we had Michelin-starred restaurants, we had omakase, 2 omakase in the same episode. No surprise that celebrities will choose the more expensive stuff, right? Despite all of that, this is the meal that I wanted to have again. I remember the mutton keema to be amazing. Just the intensity that I want, combined with warm made on the spot chapati bread, or chapati rather. I got their mutton keema and a butter paneer with 2 pieces of chapati. Let's try it. Still very flavorful, and while flavorful is a very overused word, and I'm guilty of that, it's really the best way to describe Indian cuisine. I've been wanting to do a series on Indian food for a very long while now, but I was always a bit scared because I don't know enough. I barely know my way around the techniques behind Chinese cuisine. I feel I won't be able to cover Indian food properly. So those of you who are waiting on it, I will try it one day when I have prepared enough. And back to the chapati, flavorful is the best way I can describe it. It is so full-bodied. The way it uses fat and seasoning, sure, but a lot of cuisines do that. It is the blend of spices that really gives this incredible complexity. You can almost see the amount of flavor on the screen. Paired with freshly made chapati is a winning combination. However, this is not the chapati that I remembered. The mutton flavor in the mutton keema is way lower today. If I perhaps have a gulp of water, I might miss the mutton entirely. And an equally big miss, but more subjective, is that I don't think it's salty enough. For things to be slightly under-seasoned, fine. Maybe you want to taste more of the original flavor, maybe your palate is like that. But when the dish is supposed to go with chapati, a flatbread, and it has peas and potatoes inside, you need to step up the salt for the flavor to be more pronounced. If not, with each bite of chapati with 4 peas and 2 pieces of potato, the flavor gets very bland very quickly. Damn it, I really wanted to relive that experience, man. I remember it being so good, I felt guilty for not eating chapati more often. Still good, but not as good as I remember it to be. Alright, I'll see you guys at the next stop. We are now at Jackson Square, back at Chef Kang. Hey LJ, I thought Wanton Mee series winner is 你的面家? Can you relax? You never subscribe, still talk so much. Just kidding. Anyway, I got their Wanton Mee with Abalone and an entire extra plate of Char Siew. It's not the series anymore, I don't have to be fair already, but because I got the entire plate, these burnt ends look amazing. Okay, enough yap. The reason why I like Chef Kang so much is because of how all-rounded, how balanced it is. We have seen so many places in so many countries do their Wanton Mee, and Chef Kang goes with my ideal choices, like a perfectly filled out Ichiran order. From the soup, not the clear MSG spring onion soup, a quality nuance soup that you can bounce off your noodles too. Which brings us to the noodles. Bouncy and cute enough, yet not overextending itself until the ghee taste becomes too strong. And any remainder ghee taste is blocked out by the black sauce, which is iconic of the Malaysian style. And speaking of Malaysian style, a good dollar of lard, just to boost everything a little bit. The wonton, golf ball wonton, with how many ingredients are there? Minced meat, prawn, chives, black fungus, jicama, probably. Such different textures, such different layers, serve it with some vegetables, and the crowning glory, the Char Siew. Today's Char Siew is better than both of the times I had this during the series, because I decided to go for the full portion, an extra portion of Char Siew by the side. I get 3 tiers of meat. according to my preference. This one, I dislike it the most because it's almost entirely fat, and while that is very nice on the surface when it gets burnt, the inside gets a bit too much. The second one is the normal kind. This is the one that I ate throughout the series. Pretty decent, nice caramelization on the outside, juicy and tender on the inside. But this part I did not have. These burnt ends where the sugars are crispy on the outside, phenomenal burnt flavor. This is why one would eat Char Siew. And we can even argue that Hong Kong and Guangzhou don't even do this Char Siew. If you go and have their Char Siew over there, it's always very even. This is more iconic of the Malaysian Singapore style. So like the perfectly filled Ichiran order, everything is so nicely thick. What kind of noodles you want, what kind of soup you want. It really outclasses some Wanton Mee. I mean, even just the Char Siew, having proper Char Siew is categorically different from the cardboard food dye Char Siew that most Wanton Mees have. And yet I have heard quite a few commenters say that this is overrated, which I agree. Very overrated. Stop spreading the word. The queue is... Wow, stop it. Today I had to queue almost an hour. Whoever is sharing about Chef Kang Wanton Mee, you all better stop it. The Wanton Mee series was just several months ago, but it feels so nostalgic. It feels like I see all the different faces of Wanton Mee through this one bowl alone. And all this that I can barely finish for $25. $25 can buy what? Pasta Mania? Hai Di Lao for half a person? Alright, satisfied. Let's move on to our last place. We are now at Jing Qi Lai, our best Bak Chor Mee of the series. Damn, the wait time is real. I came at about 11 and I got my food at 12:30. Right now the quoted time is for 1:45. It's quite funny. There was a Japanese lady behind me when I went to take my food, and then the auntie told her 1:45. She blurted out none day. Anyway, I'm really starving and you waited for so long. Let's get it. Of everywhere we visited today, this was the one that I doubted the least. The most common comment post-series from you guys is that this place, yes, the liver is very good. You can quite safely say the best, which is a very rare thing to do in food. There's always a close second or third to be compared. But in Bak Chor Mee liver, they are the best. No, but going back to the comment, the most common comment is that the noodles are average. Only the liver is nice. How is this average? Maybe my standards are low, but what are you looking for? What else do you want? The noodles are QQ, and it's QQ to the point that you can see it. You can see how the noodles sit on each other, how much space is in between, the curves on the noodles. It's not wet and sloppy, it's not overcooked. And it's accompanied by crispiness like the spring onions, the fried shallots, and the lard. But the thing that I like most is something that I cannot really show. The seasoning is so nice and oily, and oil is the one that carries the flavor. There's a strong hit of vinegar this time. It's all because of these noodles. It's all because of Bak Chor Mee that messed me up for the prawn mee series. Like for a bowl of Bak Chor Mee, what more do you want? You can argue that there are other noodles that are better than this, but to call this average, you know what's average or not? Average is eat eh. When I give my ratings, I don't account for waiting time, but I'll say this is worth 1.5 hours wait. It's very difficult to find a Bak Chor Mee of this standard, cause I have been eating Bak Chor Mee after the series. Nope. Alright, time to wrap it up here. I'll see you guys at the cafe. We are now at Generation Coffee Roasters. We have been to many cafes this year, and the coffee that I wanted to drink again came from Generation Coffee Roasters. I don't know a lot about coffee, but their balance between sweet and bitterness and the milkiness is my favorite. Anyway, recap. The chapati today really took me by surprise. I didn't expect the standard to be so different. But despite not knowing the details about chapati and the corresponding curries and keema, the lack of seasoning and flavor is very obvious. Partially because it left such a big impression the first time. And I didn't want to do this. The premise of this video of, revoking awards is just for fun on. Just say for clickbait on. I have no intention to revoke. But based on what I tasted today, it's not worthy of the 3 plates. And then moving on to Chef Kang. Revoke. I have half a mind to promote them to 4 plates. If the stars align, if you get a soup at the end of the batch, a really boiled down version, if you get the noodles cooked to the correct second, if you get a good balance of dark soy sauce and lard in the sauce base, if the chef was a bit angry when making the dumplings, putting in more ingredients than he should, packing it tighter than he should, and if you get the burnt ends of the char siew, I really think there's a case for 4 plates. I feel like I can say I'll put it up against the best wanton mees in the world. I didn't mention it just now, but today's sauce base was just a tiny bit off. You can see that the noodles are lighter than usual, and this is after thorough mixing. So no surprise, Chef Kang retains the award. It is however overrated, don't go. And then lastly, 精起来. It boils down to what do you look for in a Bak Chor Mee. And Bak Chor Mee in Singapore is beautiful enough to pull off several looks. You want a more balanced profile like Hock Lai Sing. You want a lighter, cleaner version like Fan Ji. Or you just want to go all out with 25. But based on what they have set out to do, the look that they want to achieve, I think 精起来 is perfect. You cannot like it obviously, but in terms of execution, personally I cannot fault it. So it retains the award. But again, it's average only. Yeah, I think you're better off eating it. Okay, that was one too many. Let's not drag the joke. And I know you might be thinking, Audrey, didn't you list 4 series at the start of the video? We went to 3 places. Yes, because there is one place this year, only one place that I gave 4 plates to. 1 plate I'll walk for the dish, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the dish, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in the city for the dish. And 4 plates is I'll go anywhere in the world for it. So let's finish the coffee and visit the city with the best bak kut teh in the world, Kang. For the last time in 2025. Let's get it, guys. What a year it has been. Perhaps the biggest change this year is the move to 3 places per video. That was something that I really struggled with. No, that is something that I still struggle with. Because 3 places means obviously triple the workload. And I'm sure some of you already know, but some people still find it surprising that I do everything myself. I don't have an editor, a camera person, a producer, everything. Even driving 5 hours to come. And quite a few people have told me that I need to get some help, but I don't want to. My goal is not to scale. I don't want to be the biggest or most famous or earn the most. I just want to get better. And there's no reason behind that. There's no get better to do something. So every bit of help that I get is practice that I lose. And I want all the reps. At least for now, this year I think I've graduated from a beginner to an amateur. I know the content is rough sometimes, and thank you for tolerating with me during this phase where I try to get better. I think I'm getting there. Another 2 or 3 years, I think my content will be half decent. Next year, my appetite will be even bigger, both creatively and culinarily. I hope all the reps start to show some result. Hopefully my videos look nicer, my pacing is better, my commentary is sharper. Oh, another thing that surprises some people is that all my comments, all my hits and misses are all done live. There are no voiceovers. I try to formulate my points 10 minutes after eating. So forgive me if sometimes the content that comes out is not as sharp or analytical as you like. So what I want to say is thank you for sticking around this year and for all the nice comments. They really keep me sane. I'm always very humble when you all say hi in person or even want to take pictures. But yeah, thank you for making an already very fun journey even more enjoyable. Alright, enough mushy gush. Collect your stuff. We will be arriving soon, I believe. You're here, boys. So near. Just a short 5 hours drive away. Oh my god. You can smell the bak kut teh when you open the door. Yay, we're back! Yay!